Gigi?
Gigi, is it time? Is it time, Gigi? Is it time to go read to Charlie? Let's go! I'm ready. I'm ready, Gigi.
Knock, knock. Charlie. Knock, knock, knock. Charlie. Happy New Year, Charlie. I know it's been a little bit of time, but it was really nice seeing you when you came out here with your mama and your daddy. That was fun. Gigi told me about the picnic you took and the Christmas lights you saw. She had so much fun. I hope you did. Anyway, we're beginning a new year. We have a new book. It's a big book. I hope you like it. So, without any further ado, here is Gigi. Hey, Charlie, how are you doing today? I hope you're off to a good start for this new year. Happy New Year. It was so much fun seeing you when you were here with your mom and daddy. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed our picnics, like Patches was saying. I enjoyed making the beach gingerbread house. That was really cool. Going a little shopping with Nana. That was fun. Nana and Papa. Seeing all the Christmas lights and enjoying the time for Christmas. And you helping your mama make your daddy a birthday cake and making a Jesus cake. All kinds of fun we had. I really enjoyed it. I look forward to doing it again. Yes, I do. But until then, we got a new book to read. It's been a couple of weeks since we've read a book, and we're going to start a new book. Okay? This book I got from Marcy, who is married to your papa's brother Brian. And she knew that I read Dr. Seuss to you. I'm not sure where she got this book from, but she gave it to me so I can read to you. So we're not doing numbers. We're not doing days of the week today. It's going to be an easy day. We're just going to go ahead and read the book and just chat a little bit. So next thing I want to talk about, I see the big girl's bed. That's my girl, because you be a big girl. That's right. And I see that you got cactuses and your zebra and the blankie that your Grammy made. That was very, very cute. Really happy to see that you're enjoying your new princess dome, because you are a princess. I think that's what your Nana calls you. Oh no, she calls you sweetie, but you're still a princess. I'm sure you're a princess in Daddy's eye for sure, huh? Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead. That's a big step. That's right, because you're going to be turning 4 years old. That's a big deal. Yeah, you'll be a preschooler. That's right. So anyway, here's the book, Six by Seuss. So we're probably going to read halfway through the first book, first story. Because I don't know how many stories are. Well, I guess there's 6 stories. But it looks like there's really. Are there 6 stories? Yeah, there are. The first one we're going to read is And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street. It was first published back in 1937. Wow, that was like, let's see, your papa was born in 1933, so this was what, like 4 years later. Papa's going to be 90, so this story is probably about 87 years old. 87, 86 years old. As your daddy just confirmed that. That's an old story. So I don't think I've read this story, or I've read it, like Gigi reading it, not Gigi reading it to you. I don't think I've ever read this one. So we're going to go ahead and start to read the story. The stories are all like 20 pages long, so probably, let me see. Starts at 13. Starts at 13 and goes all the way to, like 45. So we'll probably get halfway through it. And then when we come back, we'll read the other half, okay? So, this is how it starts. And to think, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Okay, all right. Sorry. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. I'm not sure what he saw, but we're going to find out, huh? All right. When I leave home to walk to school, Dad always says to me, Marco, Keep your eyelids up and see what you can see. That's what I used to tell your daddy. Be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. Keep your eyes open. Watch what's going on. Ask your daddy. He'll tell you that. But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, your eyesight's much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales. Now what can I say when I get home today? So I guess he likes to tell a lot of tales when he gets home because his daddy's not always sure that he really saw that. So there's Marco going to school, getting ready to see what he sees out there. Let's see if his daddy believes him. All the long way to school and all the way back, I've looked and I've looked, and I've kept careful track, but all that I've noticed, except my own feet, was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. See the horse and the wagon? That's all he saw this time. We think. That's nothing to tell. That's nothing to tell of. That won't do, of course. Just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. That can't be my story. That's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling that cart, and that this is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Oh my gosh, he saw a zebra on Mulberry Street. See it? See the zebra? I didn't know he was going to see a zebra. Did you know he was going to see a zebra? Yes, the zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame such a marvelous beast. That's right, the zebra is a marvelous beast, you say, right? With a cart that's so tame, the story would only be better to hear if the driver I saw were a charioteer? As gold and blue chariots sending something. Let me start over. A gold and blue chariots something to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. See how he changed the wagon to a chariot? And see the zebras, the fine beast pulling the chariot. Huh? You see that? I didn't know there was going to be a zebra in here. Really didn't. No, it won't do at all. A zebra's too small. Oh. A reindeer is better. He's fast and he's fleet. And he looked mighty smart on old Mulberry Street. So he changed a zebra to a reindeer. I thought only Santa used reindeers. I guess not. See, even Marco's chariot uses reindeers. Hold on a minute. There's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull a thing that runs on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he pulled a fancy sled. Just like Santa and the reindeers on the sled. A reindeer in a sleigh? Say anyone could think of that. Jack or Fred or Joe or Nat. Say even Jane could think of that. But it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and an elephant, that's something strange. Wait a minute, I think I skipped a page here. I didn't show it to you. Your Gigi's so excited about reading the book, she skipped a page to show you. So let me read that page over again. Your Gigi. Hold on a minute, there's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull a thing that runs on wheels. He'd much be happier instead if he could pull a fancy sled. Here's the reindeer pulling the sled. You're Gigi, getting all excited about reading the book. A reindeer in a sleigh. Say anyone could think of that. Jack or Fred or Joe or Nat. Say even Jane could think of that. But it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and elephant. There's something strange. I'll pick one with plenty of power and size. A blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes. And then just give him a little more tone. I have a Raji with rubies perched high on a throne. Say that makes that story that no one can beat. When I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. See the Raji and the stones and the elephant? That's crazy. Crazy. You know what? I think we're just going to read the whole story. But now I don't know. It still doesn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that's so light would whip it around in the air like a kite. but he'd look simply grand with a great big brass band. So now he's got him pulling a big band. See? That's funny. That's funny, Marcos. That Marcos has quite the imagination, I'd say. A band that's so good should have someone to hear it, but it's going so fast that it's hard to keep near it. I'll put it on a trailer and know they won't mind if a man sits and listens while hitched on behind. But now is it fair? Is it fair that what I've done? I'll bet those wagons may weigh more than a ton. That's really too heavy a load for one beast. I'll give him some helpers. He needs it. He needs two at least. So he gave him some friends. Isn't that funny? That's funny, huh? But now what worries me is this. Mulberry Street runs into bliss. You're my bliss, honey. Yeah, you are. It's okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Unless there's something I can fix up, there'd be an awful traffic mix-up. See the street name, Bliss and Mulberry? I wonder what's going to happen next. Wonder what Marco's talking about, huh? What do you think? Let's see. It takes police to do the trick, to guide them through where traffic's thick. It takes police to do the trick. They'll never crash now. They'll race at a top speed, with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. See, there are the police helping him. And see Sergeant Mulvaney in the very front. That's crazy. Crazy Marcos in his story. The mayor is there and he thinks it is grand. And he raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there and the aldermen too, all waving big banners of red, white, and blue. And that is a story that no one can beat. When I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street, I bet. It started with that little broken down wagon and that that old horse. And look at what he created with his imagination. Crazy, huh? With a roar of its motor, an airplane appears and dumps out confetti while everyone cheers. And that makes a story that's really not bad, but it could still be better. Suppose that I add. Oh, that Marcos wants to keep adding stuff. See the confetti? See the confetti on the airplane? A Chinese man who eats with sticks, a big magician doing tricks, a 10-foot beard that needs a comb, no time for more, I'm almost home. Look at what he's created from the beginning of the story till now. Not funny. Chinese man eating with the sticks, the magician doing tricks, a 10-foot beard that needs a comb, and there's a police chief Mulvaney driving everyone home, leading the parade. Crazy. I'll swing around the corner and dash through the gate, and ran up the steps, and I feel simply. Let me start over. You're Gigi. I swung around the corner and dashed through the gate. I ran up the steps, and I felt simply great, for I had a story that no one could beat. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad said quite calmly, just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on the way home from school. There was so much to tell, I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled at his chin. He frowned at me sternly from there in his seat. Was there nothing to look at, no people to greet? Did nothing excite you to make your heart beat? See, he's running to tell his dad, but something happened. Maybe he couldn't believe what he saw on Mulberry Street, huh? Nothing, I said, growing red as a beet, but a plain horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. That's where it all started. And I guess because Marcos realized, even though he saw all these other grand things with the elephant and the sleigh and the confetti, he always knew that was part of his imagination. That's not what he really saw. And that's what he told his dad, what he really saw. because imagination could take you all kinds of places, especially when you're reading a book, or sometimes when you're just sitting out there looking. Remember, as a little girl, or even when I got older, I would like to lay down on the grass and look at the sky and look at the clouds and just let your imagination run wild and think of all kinds of things. But you know, it's just your imagination. It's like when your daddy, he was probably about 5 or 6 years old. Oh, maybe 6 or 7. I know he was little. I remember this one time, he comes up to me, he tells me, Mama. I don't say it quite like your daddy, because your daddy had like a high-pitched squeaky voice when he was a little boy. But anyway, he said, Mama, he goes, do you know your mind is bigger than your brain? What's this kid talking about? And what he said was that your brain is here, but your mind can go out there. And that's kind of like what Marcos was saying, that even though he knew he only saw the wagon and the horse, he created it into something bigger, which is fun to do with an imagination. That's how you have your artists and your writers and your designers and your scientists, because they all they think of the things that are impossible, or they create things and then they put it on paper, or they put it on a wall, or they put it out there in a design. So many things you could do with your imagination. And I know you got an imagination. I know that for sure. But anyway, I like that book. I like that story. I think the next one we're going to read for next time we come around here, it's going to be 500 Hats of Bartholomew Cubbins. Haven't read this story before here. So this will be the next story we read, okay? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story. That was fun. I liked it. That was a good story. So I hope you enjoyed the story. Next time I'll probably do days of the week, because, you know, I think you got the numbers pretty good. I'm going to have to practice going past 20. But for sure we'll do days of the week. And I'll see what else I can throw up there. Maybe I could throw up a couple animals. Me and you will go through some animals here, huh? Maybe, this will be a challenge for Gigi. How do they say zebra in Spanish? That's what I'm going to look up. That's my homework, okay? How do you say zebra in Spanish? That may be kind of interesting. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story. I enjoy reading to you. And you know what Gigi says? Gigi says she loves her baby girl to the moon and back, baby girl to the moon and back. Here's a hug for your mama and daddy. And here's a hug for my Charlie. Big hug for my Charlie. All right, baby girl. I miss you. And remember again, Gigi loves her baby girl to the moon and back. To the moon and back, baby girl.